Don't chase. Elevate your game and be someone worth chasing after. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. A real scientist solves problems, not wails that they are unsolvable. I think it was the institution. I was trying to master it. Memory can make a thing seem to have been much more than it was. Man in general, if reduced to himself, is too wicked to be free. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. If you think you have enough knowledge, you are still ignorant. Always be a learner. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. You are not the opinion of someone who doesn't know you. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Do not wait for the last judgment. It comes every day. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Time is precious, but truth is more precious than time. Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things. A man who knows he is a fool is not a great fool. Once you realize you deserve better, letting go will be the best decision ever. Too many people are too busy making a living to make a life. Just go with it, he thought. You won't figure out anything if you give in to fear. Stop trying to create a new you around the same old people. I always felt like you had to be important to have enemies. There's no such thing in anyone's life as an unimportant day. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. Transmit the established facts. Do not transmit words of exaggeration. If you do that, you will probably come out all right. A frog in a well cannot conceive of the ocean. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. The world is already full of critics. To stand out, be an encourager. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. People are the most difficult thing in the world to change. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Filter out the irrelevant noise. Focus on the objective. It shocks me how I wish for what is lost and cannot come back. True friends are always together in spirit. Lucy Maud Montgomery. If the road is easy, you're likely going the wrong way. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. If you believe you can, you might. If you know you can, you will. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. People throw stones at you, and you convert them into milestones. Face reality as it is, not as it was, or as you wish it to be. Some things in life are too complicated to explain in any language. Between living and dreaming, there is a third thing. Guess it. Make visible what, without you, might perhaps never have been seen. For we can only know that we know nothing, and a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Every beginning has an end, and every end is a new beginning. Monsters are real, and ghosts are real too. They live inside us, and sometimes they win. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. He was a lonely ghost, uttering a truth that nobody would ever hear. It's often only in the lies we refuse to speak that any truth can be heard at all. The nourishment of body is food, while the nourishment of the soul is feeding others. Do it now. Sometimes later becomes never. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I am not sure about the universe. Men do less than they ought, unless they do all they can. Let everything be allowed to do what it naturally does, so that its nature will be satisfied. Many things are not as they seem. The worst things in life never are. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. There is nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. Kendati batasantara kebebasan, dan ketidak pedulian terkadang saru. Instinct is a makeshift, an admission of helplessness before the problem of reality. A rose does not answer its enemies with words, but with beauty. It is only possible to live happily ever after on a daily basis. It is error alone which needs the support of government. Truth can stand by itself. In fact, the truth cannot be communicated until it is perceived. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Keep the fight in your veins, honey. Never let it fade. They don't actually want you to do your own thing, not unless it's their thing too. We must live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. We are all worms, but I do believe that I am a glowworm. The nail that sticks out farthest gets hammered the hardest. Watching my back is the perfect opportunity to stick a knife in it. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. She will always wear her crown, regardless of the hate. Failure is not when you fail once, but when you refuse to learn from your mistake. Sometimes the grass is greener, sometimes it is sick. I'd rather hear an ugly truth rather than an obscure lie. When the position is such that neither side will gain by making the first move, it is called temporizing ground. Dream big, wake up, take the first step into the unknown. An opinion should be the result of thought, not a substitute for it. What keeps life fascinating is the constant creativity of the soul. No one dies of fatal truths nowadays. There are too many antidotes. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. The essence of being human is that one does not seek perfection. To understand the limitation of things, desire them. Stop blaming outside circumstances for your inside chaos. He who knows he is a fool is not the biggest fool. He who knows he is confused is not in the worst confusion. If their forces are substantial, prepare for them. If their forces are strong, avoid them. I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. Ability ability will never catch up with the demand for it. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. Some use drugs to silence the pain, others use them to feel the pain they silenced. The language of light can only be decoded by the heart. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better.